Better late than never. That's what they say. Nah, I'm just playing. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Maui Mayhem. Let's get it. Okay, so we started off where we left off at last week with the man, I swear to God, they took everything in me. Not choke. Portia over there, choke me. Choke me. That's what I want you to do. I want you to come over here. Choke me. Candace said, you know what, I can't. I just need to walk away, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna be lying on me. You're not gonna be doing this. You're not gonna be doing that. And Todd was like, the last time I seen my wife mad like this, and I thought about it too. He said that pillow talk, and I was like, yeah. She was like, cause I'm a drag. She was dragging last time. She gonna choke this time. I said, okay. Phaedra comes over there because she's like, okay, calm down. It's not that big of a deal. It ain't that big of a deal. For somebody to say that you drugged them and wanted to take them to a sex dungeon, that ain't ever big of a deal. Phaedra had the nerve to say, you know what, we all done said some crazy skits about each other, to each other, whatever. Todd said, but have we ever lied? But have we ever lied on you? She was like, well, exactly. And there goes Cynthia was like, you know what? I look good. My soon-to-be ex-husband is out here. I don't have time. I could be getting laid. And she was like, so long with the bullshit, because all she doing is lying. I'm out. See y'all in the morning. Candy was like, you know what? I'm done too. She goes ahead and she starts walking away. But at this time, Portia's still running her mouth. And she said, and she's still trying to lie about it. And she was also trying to freak my friend and her husband that same night too. But do you want me to put you on blast like that? Now, Portia's tired is sitting over there like, what's funny? The next day, this is the day of activities. Candy woke up and she's talking to Todd, and everybody had their little moments of talking and calling back home, wanting to make sure that the houses were straight, the kids were straight, all of this and all of that. Candy's talking to Todd, and Todd was like, how do you feel about last night going into today? She said, listen, I think I need another day without Portia. I'm gonna go ahead and call Phaedra and tell her to tell her friend that she invited and her +1 and +1 +3 don't come. Don't even, just sit this one out. Let us go out and have us a good time. So then, you know, Phaedra was like, you know what? That's a good idea. So then we over there at Portia's room. Her friend Todd was like, so what's on the agenda for today? Oh, I think today we're gonna do some fun stuff. We might get on a boat. I might get my hair wet. You know, I got this nice bikini that I'm gonna wear. Oh, we're gonna have us a good time. Because the one thing about this group, we can lie on each other, fight and everything, but the next day we alright. They said, we know there's a knock on the door. Todd said, you expected somebody? No. We all know from seasons past that Phaedra is that person that's going to come to every vacation destination dressed like, gonna come out there with the raunchiest of the raunchiest of the raunchiest stuff that she could find. But she came through the door and Todd was like, woo. It was a patel, and her friend just cheering on, work girl, work, work, work. That's your man right there though. I don't care. If you wear that, don't wear that around your friends' husbands. Have some respect for their relationships as well. God, don't. So she over there talking about some, yeah, this thong trying to eat up my booty. I couldn't even put no lotion on it. She just a jiggling in front of Todd. Todd was like, hey. Then she told me some, girl, this is my exact bathing suit that I had when I was 18 years old. Enough with that. You can't go with us today. Candy said y'all need to have a little break from each other, so y'all just chill out and have y'all a good time. So then we see Portia and her boo, they ended up getting these massages with this good old anointing oil. They had frankincense and myrrh in it and whatever. The girl was trying to put a lay on Portia to make it, you know, set the mood, set the mood. She said, no honey, take that lay off. I paid for these big boobs right here. Needs to show them, needs to show them. They were having them a good little massage until the daggone wind came through and just flipped them. So then the rest of the crew, they're on their way to go speedboating. So they're all on these separate charters. They have a group in one van and a group in another van. So on one van, you know, they're talking about what happened that night, all of this different stuff. They're talking about how how Phaedra always takes up for Portia, and how really she takes up for anybody that she feels is right. And Sheree said, you know what, one thing about Phaedra is, Phaedra could see somebody doing wrong. She could see them rob a bank. And she'll still be like, you know what, no, that won't a mask. They were trying to make them a deposit. That's what they were trying to do. And until you prove something to her, or they have some evidence to show to somebody else. Then in the other van, there happens to be Kenya, Phaedra, Bob, and Sheree. And they get to talking about, you know, how Peter and Cynthia are getting along on this trip. And they were like, you know, it's really good that they getting along like this. Because Bob and Sheree said when we filed our paperwork to get divorced, we couldn't stand each other. Bob said, what you talking about? He said, well, yeah, you kind of right. Because I remember this time that we went to Vegas. And he said, you were asleep. And he said, all I kept thinking was, I can unbuckle that seatbelt, hit the brakes, and have that winch flying out the goddamn windshield. And then that hit something. And Sheree was like, and he said, you know, I ain't hit her or nothing. I ain't never put my hands on. Did I put my hands on you? And she was like, Kenya was like, did you see her reaction? She said, so Bob, you ain't never hit me? You ain't never choked me? He said, remind me, because I might have forgot. So she said, yes, you choked me. You have choked me. You put your hands on me. He said, I did? Well, I'm sorry. Was you breathing? Could you breathe? Well, I must have choked you hard enough then. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Okay, Bob. We were rooting for you. You won us over. Sweat and all. What you not gonna do is get on here and act an A. We know that everybody can be given a second chance. That they can turn their life around. But this right here, I think we're gonna have to turn our back on you, Bob, for a good little second, okay? So Sheree gets to crying about it, and he was like, darn, you know, okay, whatever. Now, I have noticed that Bob has a different coping mechanism than most other people have. He laughs his stuff off, and I noticed that way before he even said it. So I was like, he's over there chuckling about it, but that's his way of dealing with it at the moment. So I said, okay, I'm gonna let that go. So then we got Phaedra in the back seat like a black mother talking about some apologize. Like a black church mama. If you don't shut the hell up, I'm gonna whoop your head when you get in the bathroom. She was like, apologize to her, apologize to her. Now the whole time Kenya is consoling her. And I was like, go ahead, Kenya, because you know what it feels like to be. Never mind. So he said, you know what? He grabbed her hand. He said, you know, I'm so sorry. I apologize for the past. Can we start over and make, you know, just do this thing again? I want to just have a fresh start with you. So we're getting a little closer to this speedboat, right? They asked Peter, said, what you do last night after all of us left? Peter said, my messy tail stayed at the table for about another hour. They said, what was Portia saying at that table? Said y'all was ganging up on her, y'all was bullying her, and he was like, I was sitting there waiting for all the tea. That ain't what he said, but that's what he said. And then Peter said, hey, last time we was on a speedboat, said there, one of your titties popped out. And in so many words, it was kind of like, I hope it pop out again today. But they finally get to the speedboat, and I ain't gonna lie, they had them a good goddamn time on that speedboat. That was something that I would do. I'm gonna do again. I like stuff like that. And they even made the boat twirl at the end. I said, go ahead. All right, I'm just gonna move forward. This restoration service was a bunch of bull. Because first of all, let me clarify something. I thought a restoration service was supposed to be done by someone that's qualified. A real restoration service is done by someone that is not a part of the issues that could be going on in the group. They are a neutral body that is qualified to hold a service like that. And Phaedra was not that person in this instance. She could be in another instance, but not with this group, not with in this instance. I said, so why did she go to church and talk to Tasha Cobbs and William Murphy? I thought that one of them were gonna do it. But anyway, they ended up having this restoration service in her hotel room. And Cynthia said it best. At the end of all of this bullshit, she was like, you know what? Next time you want to hold one of these services, please make sure that everybody that's a part of the service wants to be a part of the service. Make sure that all of us that is here for a healing want a healing, because right here, this was a waste of outfit, makeup, and time. I need to go to bed. This is a nightcap for me and my husband, soon to be ex-husband. You think I'm gonna let this good Jamaican go to waste? No. There were some things that did come out of the restoration service that hit on some things. But for me, Sheree was doing a little backpedaling and pussy popping. Just because your feelings were hurt in an instance about something doesn't mean that, how can I put it? You can start picking at anybody that has said anything about that situation. For instance, Sheree goes hard in the paint about what happened to you. When Kenya called it out on her about being in an abusive relationship, and she wasn't ready to face the fact that she had been in an abusive relationship. She was denying the fact she was in an abusive relationship. And now that it's out in the open that she was in an abusive relationship, now she wants to be mad at Kenya for exposing that she has been in an abusive relationship. She said, you were poking fun at me. Kenya said, I wasn't poking fun at you. I came back at you with a response to something that you said about me being in an abusive relationship. So if you call that poking fun, it is what it is. But I wasn't making fun of it. I was saying that, hey, you want to poke and say that I was in one? Own up to the fact that you are in one, that you were in one too. They got over that. It is what it is. So then here come Portia. I was really hurt last night. And when I started to see you cry, you know, it made me feel some kind of way. Candace said, you know what? Don't take my tears as I give a buck about you, because I don't. She said, let me tell you something. I was there for you all the way through all the bullshit that nobody else supported of yours. I was there. I even tried to help you. I even took you under my wing for a few things. And the one time that I said something about you that was true, I said that you slept with Block, and it was true. You didn't like it, so now you go around and it just takes that one little thing for you to throw me under the bus and say some main nasty stuff that can really tear me apart just because you were mad. It was that easy for you to do that to me? She said, so right now I don't give a fuck about you. She was like, but you know what? At the end of the day, if you did something to me, I think I should be able to take a low shot at you. Now, I'm with her on that. But make sure that your low shots have truth to them. Raping, drugging, stuff like that. Now, that's off limits. The kids, that's off limits. But then everybody was like, you know what? So basically, Portia is sitting in here talking about some. I clapped back because I was mad because you said something about me, but I was lying. But let's not even focus on the fact that I was lying. I think you owe my girl Phaedra an apology because you lied about her committing adultery on her husband. Candace said she was. I never said she slept with anybody, but she was definitely talking to other men and other guys while she was still married to her husband. Phaedra said, I was not talking to other guys. And well, she said, you know what? What you're not gonna do is stand here in my face and lie. What you're not gonna do is lie. She was like, I was not talking to guys. I was talking to a guy. Well, I wasn't talking to him like that. You know what? Never mind. We're getting off course. We're getting off course. Exactly like Candace said. I didn't lie. And she said, well, you know what? You made accusations about her calling the feds on you. She said, you know what? I'll own that. It was coincidental that it happened in the timing that it happened. I was wrong about that. I apologize. I'm woman enough to say that. But she said that all the stuff I said, that was true. That was true. I owned up to it, and it is what it is. All right, y'all. Y'all brought me back. Standing up on the white wall. Got my umbrella lights on. Giving y'all a quick caps. Again, Real Housewives of Atlanta. See you next week. Can't wait for this to be over. Straight from the VA. The dirty, dirty South. 2 up, 2 down.